What is an essential needs assessment? In this first video of the Essential Needs Assessment Insight series, we will explain what we mean by essential needs and why they are relevant in understanding food security. What are essential needs? Essential needs are defined as the goods and services required by households for ensuring survival and minimum living standards, without resorting to negative coping mechanisms or compromising health, dignity, and essential livelihood assets. How can we understand this definition? There is no rigid list of what constitutes essential needs. What counts as essential often depends on the context and what people consider the most important aspects necessary to ensure their overall well-being. International humanitarian frameworks offer a solid starting point, protecting the rights of crisis-affected populations to food, water, sanitation, clothing, shelter, and life-saving healthcare. However, we always need to adapt our understanding of essential needs to the contexts in which we are operating. Essential needs and food security. Among essential needs, food is a central component and is often the need on which poor households spend the largest share of their resources. But a household's ability to meet its food and nutrition needs also depends on its ability to meet other essential needs. Why? When households have limited resources, they must constantly prioritize between often equally urgent needs. Households may have to decide between spending money on needed healthcare or school fees or buying nutritious food. At the same time, being in poor health or having limited access to clean water also negatively impacts households' ability to be food and nutrition secure. This illustrates the importance of analyzing essential needs together, and in particular, why adopting the lens of essential needs can be of great value for understanding food security. What is essential needs analysis? Needs are interdependent and overlapping. Addressing the needs of crisis-affected people therefore requires analyzing how different needs are linked and the way in which these needs are prioritized. Essential needs analysis helps identify which needs are essential to households, how they meet them, if they are supplied through the market or through public services, and what they cost, and which needs may not be adequately met. WFP has developed a package of methodologies to analyze essential needs. It consists of 3 parts. The Essential Needs Assessment explores how to do a household assessment for essential needs, and as such, focuses on the demand side of essential needs. It identifies and analyzes essential needs and gaps, estimates the number of people in need, and profiles them. The minimum expenditure basket looks at needs that can be covered through the market. It sets a monetary threshold, defined as what households require to meet their essential needs. The supply analysis looks at the supply of essential goods and services. When is essential needs analysis relevant? Essential needs analysis sets us up for a better understanding of the people we serve and gives us the knowledge to serve them better. Analyzing essential needs is particularly relevant where WFP seeks to support government strategies, such as for social safety nets, when taking part in joint assessments to achieve a common understanding of vulnerabilities, or when informing joint or complementary multi-sectoral responses partnering with other key actors and stakeholders. Essential needs assessments in different contexts. This video series is about essential needs assessments, the household assessment component of essential needs analysis. Essential needs assessments have proven useful in a variety of contexts. They have been used to identify unmet needs in refugee camps, in chronic food insecurity settings, in emergencies, as well as for urban populations. Let us zoom in on the latter to understand how essential needs assessments can be particularly helpful in an urban context. Conducting assessments in urban areas has its specific challenges. The diversity, fluidity, and complexity of income sources make it harder to define urban households into homogeneous groups. Many of the urban poor live in informal settlements and tend to be more mobile than rural households. And urban households have other consumption behaviors. Rent, for example, might take up a large portion of an urban household's expenditure compared to a rural one. Taking an essential needs analytical approach acknowledges that vulnerable urban households may face multiple interlinked deprivations and need to prioritize among competing needs such as housing, food, health, and education expenditures. Urban households may lack access to basic services, social networks such as extended family, and safety nets, and have little capacity to cope with shocks. An essential needs assessment hence helps us to better understand the root causes of multidimensional vulnerability in the urban context and enables us to better respond to urban needs. To learn more about essential needs assessment, visit the VAM Resource Center, where you will find the complete guidance, as well as other relevant resources and practical tools to help you with your work.